Good morning, my name is Kresta, and if you were to go out and celebrate for a prom, a birthday party, or even go out for drinks, you want a safe ride home, right? Well, on October 16th of 2018, 17 people who were passengers of a drunk driving limo accident were celebrating their birthday and killed. All 18 people in the limo, along with the 2 pedestrians in this accident, died. Some of these passengers in the limo were recently married, they had families, and most were in their late 20s to early 30s. The reports from the New York Times states that a 2001 Ford Excursion limousine was barreling down a one roadway and passed through the T intersection without stopping, barreling into an unoccupied SUV and striking 2 pedestrians. This accident is stated as the deadliest accident since 2019 in the U.S. The limo driver had an inspection on the limo 2 weeks earlier and it had failed its inspection, but he still decided to put it on the road. The driver also did not have the correct license for the limo to operate the vehicle, and the limo may have been harmful, but so was the driver by putting the lives of those 17 people behind the inoperable car while driving drunk. According to the Centers for Disease Control, an investigation, on average 29 people die in motor vehicle accidents due to an alcohol-impaired driver. How many people know of someone or have been in the car with someone while driving drunk? According to DoSomething.org, on average, a drunk driver will drive under the influence 80 times before they are pulled over. It is illegal for a person under 21 to drink and drive at all, but for adults of 21 and older, you must have a BAC, which is your blood alcohol content, meaning the amount of alcohol in your body, or of 0.08% or less. Well, what happens when you do get pulled over? When you are pulled over for having a BAC of 0.08% or more, you are asked to perform a sobriety test or take a breathalyzer. If you fail either, you will be arrested, be issued to a court date, lose your driving privileges, and may even be required to pay a fine. Depending on what state you live in and where you get pulled over, the judge may make you go to jail, may sentence you to jail time, have to complete probation, and or complete a DUI school. Karen Paul, a reporter for Market Watch, stated that a standard alcohol beverage is a small glass of wine, so like you have a wine glass, and it's only filled about this tall. And then you can either have a bottle or a can of beer or a shot of whiskey or other spirits. It may seem like a lot, and it's not, it may seem like it's not a lot of alcohol, but if you're at a party drinking consistently, not drinking water, not eating in between, you can become intoxicated quickly. Therefore, everyone should be careful getting in a vehicle with someone you know has been drinking. Not only should a person be careful when driving with somebody drunk, but everyone should be careful with any stranger they get in the car with, including cabs, Uber drivers, Lyfts. There has been reports of 103 people over the past 4 years that have reported of rapings and beatings from their Uber drivers. A CNN covered a story on a woman from San Diego that went out for drinks, had her Uber driver pick her up. She asked her Uber driver to pull over so she could throw up because she was getting sick. When she was throwing up, she became unconscious. Later, when she regained her consciousness, she found the Uber driver on top of her, raping her. There was another story very close to us at College Park where the same thing basically happened. This lady became very intoxicated, called an Uber driver, and when she called the Uber driver, she became unconscious in the car. The Uber driver turned off the meter a block from her house, drove her to the closest Days Inn, took her out of the car, the Uber driver got back in the car, took her card, went to 7-Eleven to purchase an item through her card, went back to the hotel, was there for 10 more minutes, and just left her there. She woke up in the morning, called the cops, telling them how unconscious she was, and she had no idea how she got there. I lost my place. If this tragedy could happen so close to somebody, like so close to us, it could happen to any of us. On December 14th of 2017, 4 people I had gone to school with were driving down a local road in Pasadena, Maryland. The driver, who was drunk, began to speed. When he came to a sharp turn, he lost control of the vehicle, flipped into some trees. One of the guys, the passenger, who I graduated with, was ejected from the car and killed. He was not wearing his seatbelt. The other 3 had injuries, but there were no life-threatening injuries. Even though the driver of that vehicle made it out alive, his life was ruined forever because he had killed his best friend, and he was in the police academy. He was almost finished with the police academy, trying to become an officer, and he ruined those chances of a life-promising career. The guy, Kyle, that died, that I graduated with, was a brother, a friend, a son, and a boyfriend. He was only 18, and he was a freshman at Montana State University. A lot of us are freshmen and sophomores. Imagine one of your friends or one of you killing your best friend. If you ever consider going out for a drink or having a good time or making sure you have a safe way home, there are many ways safe ways home offered, like calling a friend, calling a family member. There are many reports on drunk driving accidents, beatings, and rapings. This unfortunate event could happen to any of us in this room, so make sure you take precautions in your safety.